me kicking and giggling. Can't tell you that they're top men. That's what I can tell you. I saw it, and I love sports in a fictional way. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Abby. I am so excited to have you here with me. I have wanted to do this for so long, and I figure I made a video in January. It is never going to see the day of light because I truly just did not like it. I have filmed countless of videos. When I tell you countless, I mean countless. And I have just scrapped them all because I am such a harsh critic on myself, and I just criticize the way I look, the way I sound. I'm very picky about myself, okay? So I'm finally like, you know what? Like, I'm in a good headspace. I'm like, let's do this. You have your camera. Like, I miss editing. Like, it's something that's so fun to me. So I'm like, let's get in the zone. Let's do it. So here's my YouTube journey. I'm so excited to just have you guys here with me. If you're coming from my TikTok or my Instagram, hi besties. Love you. Thanks for being here and supporting me. If you're new here, hi, I'm new here too. It is nice to meet you. I hope you'll follow along this journey with me. And I just want to have fun here, okay? I just want to have fun. But I'm excited to be here, part of the booktube community. Yeah, I'm excited for this journey and for you guys to be here as well. So for today's video, I thought I would give you guys 10 recommendations of 10 of my most favorite books that I will always recommend and that will always hold a special place in my heart. Now there are so many more, but these ones are very, 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 very special. So let's get into it. Redeemed by Lauren Asher is probably one of my most favorite books ever. This is an F1 book. It is fake dating. This is the 4th book in the series, but every book in this series can be read as a standalone. This book is just phenomenal. When I tell you that you read the prologue and you're like, oh Lauren, why would you do that to me? Like, I sobbed. I absolutely sobbed. I was broken and I was like, oh, I just did not expect that. But thanks, Lauren. Thanks for doing that. And that's really what Lauren loves to do. But this book follows Santiago and Chloe. These two have the most beautiful relationship ever, and I just truly adore them. Santiago has been in like a depression. He's just, you know, not himself because things happen. You'll find out more in the prologue, okay? Because I was utterly broken. These two fake date because Santiago needs a fake girlfriend, and Chloe is just trying to find her dad, but she's coerced into being his girlfriend. But these two truly just help each other heal, especially Chloe. She just does not put up with Santiago's BS, and she's like, you need to grow up, man up, come on, let's go. And he just supports her as well, and I truly adore their relationship. So if you like F1 or you want to get into the Formula 1 world, let the series be it for you, because I utterly did not know what Formula 1 was until I read these books, and when I say I'm obsessed, okay? Lando Norris for the win, babes. Okay, these are my babies. This is Unloved by Peyton Corinne. This is book 2 in her series, in her Undone series. Now, these two, I don't know how to explain in like words really how much these two meant to me, okay? This is, out of every book I've ever read, this one is my most favorite one, and I've never had a book hit me in the gut as much as this one did. And I never thought I would like I've related to so many characters that I've read, but I never thought I would relate to somebody that like actually like it was like in the depths of my soul. And this, like, I don't know what Peyton put in this, but she spoke to me. And this book just literally felt like a love letter to myself, and it was everything I needed. Okay, everything I needed. This book follows Matt and Ro, and it's in the timeline with book 1 in the series, and it's just such a beautiful story about literally not even just hockey, because Matt is a hockey player, so this is considered a hockey romance, but it's so much more than that. It's literally about finding love, acceptance, and growth, and literally like everything. And I truly adore these two. I sobbed. Bam! Here's a picture of me sobbing. But yeah, that was at like 3 a.m. But these two just have such an amazing connection, and Freddie is my soft boy. I truly love him. He's like a jokester. People don't take him serious, but he is a soft boy, and I will protect him forever. And Rosalie just deserves the world because her ex, we don't like him, okay? We don't like, he can kick rocks, okay? Because she deserves better. And these two meet at a party like months ago, and Maddie does not remember, and they kiss at this party, and Ro has always had a crush on Maddie, and now they're connected because Matt needs a tutor for his biology class, and he cannot fail it because he is set to be in the NHL when he graduates college. In order to get to that point, obviously he needs to pass his class, so Ro becomes his tutor, and they form a friendship, and you just see the evolution of their friendship into like lovers, and it's literally the most beautiful thing ever. And the things that Matt does for Ro, I just love them, okay? I truly love them, and I cannot recommend a book more than this one. All With Me by Becca Mack. This book was phenomenal, okay? I cannot rave enough about this series. This is one of my most favorite hockey romance series ever. As someone who does not like sports, I love sports in a fictional way. I just truly love them. Can I tell you anything about sports? No, I've read countless of sports romances, and I cannot tell you a single thing about any of them. I've read about basketball, Formula One, like baseball, hockey, football. I've read it all, and I cannot tell you a thing. Cannot tell you a thing. I'm just like, but I can tell you that there's hot men. That's what I can tell you. This is book 4 in the Playing for Keeps series. I did not expect to fall in love with Jackson the way that I did. So this book follows Jackson and Lennon. This is a hockey romance. It's workplace romance as well, and kind of like insta attraction, if you will. And these two meet on what is supposed to be Lennon's honeymoon. So yeah. So they have kind of a one-night stand, if you will, and their first meet, like the way they meet is so funny. And later on, dun dun dun, it turns out that Lennon is the team photographer for his hockey team. And then they were roommates, guys. But Jackson is also one of my favorite single dads. Yeah, he's a single dad. He might be a cat dad, but he is still a single dad. Some respect on his name, okay? Put some respect on his name because he's the best single dad ever, okay? He does it all. But I just didn't expect to love them and adore them the way that I did. They're so tender and so amazing, and Jackson really like stepped into his game in this book, okay? Like in the other books, like you kind of see his character and you're like, he's a playboy, okay? Very much so a playboy. And you're like, he's not gonna settle down. But man, when he meets Lennon, he just knows, okay? He just knows, and he knows how to treat her right. And he is perfect, and he's a sweet boy, and I love him, okay? I truly adore him, and you will fall in love with him. And Lennon, I truly adore her. She deserves everything. Her ex can kick rocks too. And let me tell you that this man gets such good revenge on her ex, because it was so good. I cannot recommend this series and this book anymore than like right now. Like the series is just, and I love Becca Mack so much. Haha's Flower by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is part of an entire series called the Addicted Calloway series. It is like a 10-book series. It's very long, but I highly, highly, highly recommend the entire series. Now, do you have to read the series in order? I mean, you can do whatever you please, okay? But I recommend you start with Flo and Lily, and then you move to Connor and Rose, and then you get Reich and Daisy. Now, I say that because it just makes more sense, and there's a timeline, so it all kind of goes in order, or else you're kind of going to get lost. But this book means everything to me, okay? This book is Reich and Daisy, and I'm a Razy fan till, you know, the day I croak. But these two are chef's kiss, And if anybody ever has anything bad to say about them, I simply just don't listen. I let it go in one ear and out the other. I go, see you later. I'm living in a beautiful world where these two are just everything, okay? And I just truly adore their relationship, their friendship, first and foremost. Like, they have the strongest friendship before anything else, and their relationship and the build up to their relationship is everything. Now, people don't like them because of their age gap and, you know, how they met and how old Daisy was when they met, blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. Nothing happened until she was, you know, a consenting age, okay? Period. As it should. So I don't simply see anything wrong with it. So I'm going to love them forever, okay? Now, Reich Meadows and Daisy Calloway deserve everything, okay? They deserve everything good in the world. And these two just help each other in so many ways that, like, I can't even explain. They're just phenomenal, and they just fit together so well. Like, they're so wild together, and their love is so, like, ferocious that it's like it just fits into that wildness, and it's just everything. And Daisy really needed Reich in a time where she needed somebody to be by her side, and he was there every step of the way, there to uplift her, there to support her, there to be a shoulder to cry on. And I will just always adore them, and I would do anything to be able to read this book for the first time again, because I want to sob again. And until you get to their second book, you're really gonna sob, babes. You're really gonna sob, okay? Because that one really put me through the ringer. But this book means literally everything to me, because I just love their love so much. Finding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This book, this series, is something that I've never read. Like, I've never read a series like this. I never read a series where every single book in the series has made me sob. And that is what this series has done to me. It makes me sob, put me through the ringer. I was like, like shock after shock after shock, sob. And you'll just feel every emotion with these books. And I want to say, like, these characters go through some horrific things. So read at your own discretion, please. But literally everything, read at your own discretion. But this one especially, because there is some heavy topics in these books. But the connection that I have with these characters is unspeakable, because there's just no, I would do anything to go back in time, like, I think almost 3 years ago when I first read this series, because, like, nothing will ever feel like that again. And this book follows Shannon and Johnny, and it takes place in Ireland. And these two just have the most special, beautiful connection ever. And there's no other book boyfriend like there is Johnny Kavanagh. And he is just truly something. But trust me when I tell you that you will, like, be so consumed by these books. I was literally like, oh, okay, like, give me the next one. Yeah. But these books are just amazing. The story's heavy, but the friendships in here as well, they're so beautiful and funny, and, like, some serious topics, but at the end of the day, like, friendship and the relationships that are shown within all of these characters in the books are so meaningful and important, and it's so relatable for a lot of people. But I just truly adore all these characters, and this book especially. Like, I will forever love this book and this whole entire series, because The Boys of Toman, literally my favorites. The Frontrunner by Elsie Silver, probably my most favorite Elsie Silver book. If you know the name Elsie Silver, it's probably because of the Chestnut Spring series, but this is book 3 in the Gold Rush Ranch series, and this book follows Stefan Delka and Dr. Mira Thorne, and I cannot recommend this book anymore. These two just have the most insane chemistry, and let's just say that Stefan totally redeems himself in this book, and you find out why he earned the nickname Delka the D, and it was rightfully so because he was an a-hole in the first 2 books. But when I tell you that these two literally stole the spotlight, I could not love them anymore. Stefan is so down bad for Mira. He just wants a date with her, and he gets those dates, okay? Because Mira works for his enemy, if you will, and he just wants some dates with her, okay? And he totally gets those dates. But these two are kind of rivals because they race horses, and the other side that does not like him is who Mira works for. She's the veterinarian for them, and he is public enemy number 1. So Mira's like, ooh, can't really talk to you, but she tries to keep peace with him, even though she knows that her bosses don't like him. But they end up having to interact because he calls her saying that he needs help with his horses, and it turns out that one of his horses passes away, a baby, a foal, leaving, you know, the mother alone. But it's also a benefit for Mira because she's like, hey, I have a baby, a foal, that's mother passed away. So that's how they're connected. And she tells her bosses, who don't like Stefan, and they're like, ooh, but they're like, you know, we gotta do this for the baby. So now they're working together, but he is spending time with Mira because the baby is at his farm, and he's like, I'll do it too, but you gotta give me 3 dates. So now they got dates, but they're fake dating, okay? And this man, so down bad for her. He literally says the most amazing things about her. I literally was like, oh, got me kicking and giggling, okay? And this man stands up for her. He stands up for her in front of her family. He's like, don't talk about her like that. He's like, put some respect on her name because she works hard. And I was like, oh, he's standing on business. He is standing on business, okay? And I love a man who stands up for his woman, okay? I live for that. And I will eat it up like crumbs. But these two, I just truly adore them. They're my favorite in the series. So if you haven't read this series, give it a try. Archer's Voice by Mira Sheridan is probably one of my most favorite books. This book is amazing. The representation in here about sign language is amazing. Anything that shows rep for sign language is my favorite. I learned the language in middle school and took some classes in college again. And I think it's something that everybody needs to learn because it is so important. This book follows Archer and Bree, and I truly love their love so much, and I will always recommend this book because it is just amazing. It's funny. The story is heartbreaking and literally like will hit you in the guts, but it's so beautiful, and I just adore them. And Archer deserves the world because he is a kind soul, and nobody should have treated him the way that they did. Bree goes to Archer's town to start over, and the way they meet is so cute. Archer is very witty, very funny, and Bree finds out that, you know, Archer doesn't speak, but he hears, and he tells her in a very funny way, because he's very witty, okay? He loves humor, but lo and behold, Bree knows sign language, and she finds out that he knows sign language, so that's how they communicate. And they just form a friendship, but also Archer has been banished by his town, and nobody in his town ever tries to communicate with him. They just kind of hide from him, and they're like, no, we don't want anything to do with you. But Bree, she stands up for him, okay? She stands up for him, and she stands on business, okay? And she's like, you should not let anybody treat you like that, and she goes off on the town, okay? I truly love her. She is amazing. Her character, chef's kiss. And their relationship, beautiful. Love, okay? I love love. And their love, beautiful, okay? Cannot recommend anymore. the most beautiful, like the story was so heartbreaking and just everything, okay? Like it puts you back together. You're gonna sob because I sobbed. I wish Superheroes and Scones was real because I would be there every day. You're telling me I could potentially see Lauren Hale? Because Lauren Hale F's better. He really does. Delicate Escape by Catherine Cowles. This is one of my most favorite Catherine Cowles books that I've read to date. If you like small town romantic suspense, Catherine Cowles is for you, because that is literally what she writes. You will never read a Catherine Cowles book and not get some mystery, because somebody's always gonna die. Like, it's not a Catherine Cowles book if somebody doesn't, like, you know, croak. Or like something like insane happens, because that's what happens in every Cat Cowles book. And I just really love it because it truly keeps you on your toes, and you're like, who was it? Who did it? Who did it? And who you think it is, it's double think that again, because it's not them. It's somebody else. Okay? Like, expect the unexpected for real. But this book, chef's kiss. I love a good, like, FMC on the run. Like, those stories, they're just amazing because they're starting over, and, you know, they're like weary about everybody and cautious, but then MMC, you know, they break down those barriers and they're like, no, come on, babes. Yeah. And they're like, you can be safe with me. And I'm like, and I will eat it up every single time. Okay? I will eat it up every single time. Now, this book follows Shep and Thea. And when Shep meets Thea for the first time, he's like, I like this girl. He's like, who is that? He's like, who died in the bed? Basically, that's literally him. He's like, I want to know more about her. Okay, so he really does want to know more about her. And he sees her at like her job. And luckily for him, his sister is like best friends with her. So he's like, who is she? Like, you got info on her? And he just tries to learn more about her. And he's very gentle with her. And he slowly, you know, makes his way into her life. And, you know, Thea, ever so cautious because she is on the run, she's trying to build a new life, but also, you know, be cautious of her surroundings. She never knows when her past is going to, you know, come back and haunt her. And she learns to accept Shep and the people around her and to learn how to be safe with them. And their story is so beautiful. And Shep as a cat dad, ooh, we love to see it. And Shep holding a cat, ooh, so hot, okay? So hot. I just truly adored them. And this is book 2 in the Sparrow Fall series. So the entire series follows Shep's siblings, and I cannot recommend it anymore. It's amazing. Each story is phenomenal. And each book in the series is something new, and they're just so good, okay? And they're gonna keep you on your toes, which is so exciting. And I just truly adore these books. But these two, their connection and their love is just something that I fell in love with instantly. And I was like, yeah, they're my favorite right now. They're my favorite. We've got a couple more books in the series, okay? So right now, these two, they're my top ones. Play Along by Liz Tom 40. This is book 4 in the Windy City series. This book follows Kennedy and Isaiah Rhodes. Isaiah is also a baseball player, so you get that in there. When I tell you that I did not think I would love these two characters like I did, I'm seriously, like, I mean that, because the second book in the series, The Right Move, was my all-time favorite, and I didn't think that, you know, any other book in the series would demote it, but this one literally did, because I fell in love with Isaiah Rhodes bad. Like, I'm down bad for him. Bad, okay? Like, he's down bad for Kennedy, but I'm down bad for him, okay? This book is accidental marriage and just marriage of convenience, workplace romance. Isaiah, he's in it for the long haul, okay? And I did not expect to sob the way I did for these two. And I'm so excited for the last book in this series, but I know it's gonna hurt when this series ends, because it's gonna be such a bittersweet moment. But these two right now are my favorites, and I just truly adore the love that Isaiah has for Kennedy, and the way that Kennedy is such a strong FMC, but she's been through like so much, and the way that Isaiah truly uplifts her and waits for her to, you know, find her way to him, I could cry, okay? Because when she finds her way to him, I sobbed. And every little moment is so important to their storyline that, like, when it goes back to flashbacks and everything, you're like, ugh. These two, oh, I would do anything to reread this book again, because the emotions I felt when I read this book, it was everything, okay? It was everything. Now, Kennedy is a doctor on the team, and she took a position here that are lower than her qualifications, because she was like, you know what, it's fine, like, I'll do it for the experience. But now she's dealing with some sexist stuff from the lead doctor, and she's like, we're not about that life, we're not about that life. So she's like, I need to find a new job. And, you know, she finds a new job, but she has a year left in her contract with, you know, the team. And she's like, okay, I just have to make it by the year and we're golden, right? But then her and Isaiah go to Vegas and wake up and oopsies, they're married. So now she's like, what the heck? What are we gonna do? Like, no, we can't do this. Like, this is crazy. And Isaiah's like, look, girl, like, I got you. He's like, let's just stay married for the year. Mind you, Isaiah's loving this, okay? He is loving this. But he's just like, let's stay married for the year. We'll figure it out. And, you know, you'll keep your job and you'll be able to go to your next job and it all will be well. He's like, all will be well. Isaiah has been down bad for years, okay? He has been down bad for years. And in the third book in the series, you see how down bad this man is. And he waits for Kennedy, okay? He waits for Kennedy. And he's just, oh, I just love him so much, okay? But when I tell you down bad, he's down bad. If you want a down bad man, get you an Isaiah Rhodes. But you truly learn so much about him. And he was kind of like a playboy, and he acted like a playboy. But this man is hurting, okay? This man is hurting. And it's always the ones that are playboys that are hurting the most and are the most tender and the most soft. And I truly adore him so much. The Favorite by Suzanne Roy is amazing, and more people need to read this book, because this was one of my first, I think, marriage of convenience books, and it made me fall in love with this trope so much. And it was literally all because of this book. This book follows Vienna and Dane. This is just such a phenomenal book, and the marriage of convenience in here was conveniencing, okay? So Vienna is his personal assistant, and she's like, hey, I need a favor from you. Can you help me? And he's like, sure, but like, I need something from you. And he's like, I need you to marry me for a year so that he can get his trust fund. And she's like, what? And he's like, you know me the best. You know everything about me and my life. He's like, you're the perfect person for this job. And she's like, okay, I guess. So then he's like, cool, I'll help you and you help me. But this man, when I tell you that this man, he doesn't care about anybody, okay? He does not care. But this man, he cares about her, okay? He cares about her. And he stands up for her, and the things he says, oh, I was like, okay, you could do anything. He could do anything. And I was down bad. And Vienna, oh, she ate it up. She was awesome. I loved her character because she knew anything she did, he would give her. She put him in his place. She put him in his place like no one had ever done. And their relationship, phenomenal. I just love their story, and the way that they're so different but so connected. Ooh, okay. This man does like the most amazing things for her, and I was like, yeah, keep going, Dane. I was like, yeah. I ate up this book, okay? One of my favorite marriage of convenience books, and I will always recommend it because it was just phenomenal and more people need to read it. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you. I'm so excited to be on this journey here on YouTube with you guys. Thank you for watching my first video on here. It means the world to have your support. I'm I'm so excited to just be here and to make videos. I love long form content, so I'm excited to come up with new ideas and stuff. But if you guys have any like video ideas that you guys want to see, you know, you can comment them below and I'll totally come up with that stuff, okay? But thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I also hope that you liked these recommendations, and if you haven't read them, I hope you pick them up and you let me know what you think of them, because I love hearing what people think about books that I love. But if you don't like them, please don't tell me, because I think I'll cry. But you're entitled to your own opinion, okay? I don't judge people on their opinion on books. You know, I know some books that I love you won't love, okay? But if you love these too, then we can be besties. We can be locked in. We can connect on a deep level, okay? But thank you for watching again. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Adios.